you don't have to be hard on people. Okay, you don't have to be hard on people. You don't have to abuse or make people do things excessive and compulsively, like football coaches and gym coaches and military drill people and stuff. You don't have to. You just have to get people to be aware and then understand a more truthful existence and understand that you have to be faithful to the laws of the truth of our existence to do anything, right? And so you guys need to be more. You need to explain to yourself, why am I driving a car? Why am I doing this job? Why am I selling insurance? Why am I fundraising for medical research for people being abused by driving cars to sell insurance? You see what I'm saying? Okay, so you have to be very rational and reasonable about understanding the truth of natural laws for the truth of our physical existence, right? Because there is truth that is undeniable, that's necessary for our physical existence, right? We're not Sam Harris. How do I know I'm not part of a computer program? You just sit down and shut the fuck up then, and I will make sure that the computer program isn't as stupid and fucked up as you. Okay? And then you have the audacity to say that Abrahamic religion is the biggest problem I have to deal with in the world. You don't have any problems to deal with at all. You don't even know if you exist, asshole. Sit down. Okay, Sam Harris, shut the fuck up. You and Richard Dawkins reminisce about Chris Hitchens being obnoxious with people that were just as stupid and fucked up as you are. Because you're not standing up for natural laws. You're not standing up for us to all have children be free from extortion, exploitation, and manipulation through arrogance, right? Where are all my reasonable people at? Okay? Where are all my intelligent? That damn, was it Carl Jung thing or whatever on Facebook? The trouble is stupid is cocksure and intelligent is doubtful. No, that's complete horseshit. Okay? You think you're intelligent and you're doubtful whether or not you're intelligent. You know for sure that those stupid people are stupid, so you badger them and you abuse them and you blame all the fucked up shit on them. You're just like Michael Aquino and Antoine LaVey and the Temple Set Illuminati, right? It's all Jesus and Muhammad's fault that a bunch of assholes took truthful understanding and turned it into a money-grubbing manipulation of technology? Huh? All right. Whew. People. Yeah. I do not understand why people get excited getting, I didn't get excited about basketball tryouts and stuff. No, I liked playing basketball and it was fun. And going out for the team was absolutely stressful and miserable and not fun. And then you'd put up on a board saying who made the cut and who didn't make the cut. And now I understand, that you only have enough room on the team for so many kids. Most teams, good size for about a basketball team is about 15 kids. Okay. And about 10 are going to get to play a lot if we actually want to be successful at beating the other kids. You understand? But it's like, if we're out there exercising and having fun, the kids will know, okay, it's, take me out this quarter. Okay, so your best players would play the first and the fourth quarter. And then you'd rotate, but coaches would sit there and go, well, I'm going to play my best player the third and fourth quarter. Okay, but what if you get too far behind in the first quarter? Like what happened with me at the kids from Spokane, 34-4, right? You come into the game and shit. Only game I get to play in all fucking year. He gives me the ball and says, "Go, Earl," and it's 30-4. Shit. It's just not fun. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not right. But he didn't want to be embarrassed in front of a large group of people. Okay? So he put me in. He knew there was no way he would get embarrassed in front of a large group of people against Selkirk, Davenport, Kettle Falls, Chewelah. Who else did we play? We didn't play Pullman. We didn't play... did we play Deer Park? I don't think we did. We went down to a Deer Park tournament that had teams from Spokane. And we played one of the teams from Spokane, and they were kicking us sideways. Okay, but before that, all the games I didn't get to play in were against Kettle Falls, Chewelah, which was upsetting for Chewelah because I went to school for about 2 months in Chewelah school and made friends with the kids, and I wanted to play, but I didn't get to. And I thought to myself, God dang it, it would be nice if we went. No, I didn't like the principal or the teachers in Chewelah. They were real shitty to me. But it was only one teacher. But the principal of the school laughed as he beat me with a 3-foot stick with holes in it. It was a 2x4 with a handle on it, right? And I cried because I was mad. I didn't cry because it hurt. I laughed. I'm like, seriously? They're both laughing because they beat my ass because they thought I was a Mexican? It's like, I'm not going to tell my dad because I don't want him to beat you. But my dad's... I was like, that didn't even hurt. It hurt, but it didn't really. No, Mr. Shrimp was a skinny bigot. It didn't really hurt. Both hands, wham. Hit me a thing. I'm like, I was expecting it to hurt, but I was like, no, my dad with the belt, which would go, oh, gosh, no. It didn't even come close to hurting compared to what my dad did to me when I was little with that belt. Shit, for doing bad things, getting caught stealing, and oh yeah, because I was trying to be the Guy Williams of Mesilla, of San Pablo, New Mexico. Yeah, so Earl, but yeah. Oh boy, what a day! What a day. So, teaching people with bad brain activity how not to have bad brain activity, so I don't have to teach their technology how to reflect better brain activity. And I'm wondering, how the fuck could they put together quantum computing and artificial general intelligence and it still not give us the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer? How the fuck, how, it's like I'm sitting there going, okay, Christianity is living the Lord's Prayer. Islam is living the Lord's Prayer. We have all these Christian and Muslim nations talking about world peace. And it's like, but they don't mean it. And you got the Pope saying there, we got to have peace in this region. All my business partners are here. We got to have peace. Everybody's watching. People are going to be contributing money to the church here. I got to make sure I put on a good show. Right? You're like sitting there going, artificial general intelligence. Quantum computing, Michio Kaku says, perhaps could answer all the mysteries to the universe with our computer. Okay, what mysteries are there about the universe, Michio Kaku? It exists, right? Okay. Gravity's acting weird? Not necessarily. Not when it's acting this way in Venus and this way on Mars and this way in Jupiter, and just because so gravity's not acting strange. It's just doing what gravity does in that situation. Pluto, right? And so you sit there and explain it to people. It's like and thank the heavens. No, there's no heavens. And thank the glory of God that it does, or we wouldn't be here to study it with our wonderful flying machines. Okay, right, brothers? Team fly so we might kill and die through nuclear warfare. Go! We suck. Yes, I know. It's okay. I've watched cartoons and read comic books, when I was younger. I used to get caught up into the movies too. because they would sit there, okay, well, hope that person doesn't get killed. Hope that, and get all kind of stupid and emotional about it. And then Jesus used to sit and tell me, Earl, it's a stupid movie. Shut up, Jesus. Okay. It's just a stupid movie, right? And he had to help me with my brain damage on a lot of things. And the big one was this, because my dad always he drove him crazy, and I was always explaining this to him because you're not talking to Jesus. Or I was like, yes, I am talking to Jesus, Dad. And when I sit there and say, Jesus, this person says he talked to you, and I don't even know who he is. Do you know? And Jesus is like, Earl, if you don't know who he is, I don't know who he is. That's a good point, Jesus. Do you know the meaning of the scientific phrase genetic molecular similitude? Do you know what that means? Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. It's in the Bible and the Quran. It's also in the Book of Mormon. I'm a similitude of Adam, who's a similitude of Moses, who's a similitude of... Do you understand? Okay. Do you understand what that means? Science! 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 If your faith isn't based on reality, and science disproves your perception of the word faith, you're not using and understanding the word faith properly. Right? What's in your wallet? A dumb shit card, obviously. But the biggest problem in the world for Sam Harris, one of the top atheist scientist people in the whole world, is Abrahamic religion. Okay, it's not stupidity from people that manipulate people with fallacy. Don't you think that's the biggest problem in the world, Mr. Sam Harris? Is Richard Dawkins okay? Is he still alive? Is he still with us? Don't you think that's our biggest problem? Is people that use fallacy to manipulate others and then get them to believe that fallacy, so we're not being reasonable and or intelligent or faithful to truth? Because in order to be faithful, it has to be truthful, right? So how do we use the word faithful in sexual reproduction? Well, the truth is I need a woman to sexually reproduce with, or I die off the face of the planet, right? Okay? So if she goes with you and kills my kids and then has your kids, okay, the truth of the matter is she's not faithful to the truth of my existence. She's only being faithful to the perception of the truth of her existence and that good-for-nothing man. They'll bury Flo tomorrow, but they're hanging me tonight. They're hanging me tonight. The only sound within the room is the falling of each tear, right? Met her on the mountain, there I took her. Damn, that Benford Grayson. Now that I've seen the movie, the song makes a lot more sense to me. I thought, God, he's an asshole. Tom Dooley's an asshole. But no, Benford Grayson is an asshole. He wanted Tom Dooley's girl, and Tom Dooley's girl didn't want Benford Grayson, but they were on rival gangs. Oh, it's a lot like West Side Story, yeah. Okay, do you understand? Okay. So, thou shalt not want, and thou shalt not have ambitions. Okay. Thou shalt understand truth and honor and love faithfully. Honor thy mother and father. Love thy neighbor as thyself. And stop making make-believe money for bumping uglies on TV. The Housemaid, I guess, is the movie about the girl who comes in and she's the nanny person in the attic or something, and it's kind of weird and goofy and shitty and yeah, that stuff. I know that stuff happened back with Hagar and Ishmael, and you're like, why did that fucking happen? What was really going on there? You know, why did Sarah need Hagar? And oh well, maybe she had a tough pregnancy and it's okay, but isn't that what family's for? Well, sometimes you don't have family to fill that void. No, I think you guys just had a lot of crazy archaic bullshit going on. And it's still happening to this day. And we need a better understanding of natural laws and respect and dignity and truth and kindness and faith and so on and so on and so forth. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, me too. There's a lot of voices going on in my head. No, I'm just being silly. But, no, but that's that funny. The thing about Jesus, yeah, that's just funny. No, if I don't know who you are, okay, how do you expect Jesus to know who you are? Do you understand? Okay. You're praying to Jesus, and Jesus is a man. Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. He's a genetic molecular similitude of a man. Okay. So if I don't know who you are, okay, then Jesus is unaware of your existence. How many people, okay, have come and gone since the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and the story of his life being manipulated by the Vatican and then others? Okay, that Jesus doesn't know they exist, but they're praying to Jesus as God to save them from mass murder. But he gave them the Lord's Prayer to live, and they're not living that. Pensamos primero somos. Okay, think before you speak. Okay, Sam Harris? Okay. Anybody want to win the Richard Dawkins Award? Are you sure about that? Okay, guys, I love you, all right? Peace out.